Hi. Let's do a reading. My name is Alexis, and this is Matia with Divine Tarot. Let me just sense where your energy's at. Just sense where the energy's at currently. I'm going to get a couple of cards and see. You know, typically, if you've seen me over on Instagram, I do get a lot of divine downloads. Before I start my reading, I typically start off pretty chatty. But Spirit was just like, dive in here. So right away, we have the Five of Pentacles, Five of Discs, the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords. So I definitely feel this energy of you coming out of a season of lack, or coming out of lack mindset, specifically here with the Hierophant and the Prince of Swords, which again lends me to believe this is also lack mindset, not just actual lack in the 3D, but I do think it could be all of the above or one or the other, or however it's resonating for you. Feels like you're definitely coming on the other side of lack though. And they're telling me prosperity. The prosperity that you're feeling is really tied to this spiritual awakening, this intellectual awakening that you're having. They're showing me something very interesting. They're showing me they're saying science and technology. They're saying science and spirituality. So that could be significant as we get into the reading here, but they are saying something about converging of different ideals and somehow that finding a place in your life. I also, with the Hierophant, they were giving me the word tradition. They're telling me put your life on hold. They're showing me university. They're showing me the traditional path. I almost feel like, you know what, they're showing me with the Five of Pentacles here and the Hierophant. They're showing me for some of you, and this is very specific, that you've accepted an offer, an opportunity even, that's taken you into a position or a place that's almost like you didn't want to return to it. It was almost like too predictable, if that makes sense. But you were almost like given no other options. Do you know what I mean? That's so interesting. And I think despite your best efforts, wherever you were or whatever you were doing or the situation, you know, you tried to make it work. You gave it your best effort. But it was almost like it was literally almost like this is the only option for me right now. Otherwise, I'm out, you know, I'm out. I'm living in my car, or, you know, it's just like you're out of options at this point. Page of Swords, I really feel like, I don't know why I keep saying it, Prince of Swords. I believe this is the Knight of Swords. It's interesting the way they wanted me to read this, though. It feels like it took some convincing on your part, but I do feel like you have accepted that this was I'm hearing the sound offer, and I just heard things are going well for you. I don't know that's where you want to be long-term though. Interesting, Princess of Swords, which this is the Page of Swords, and I was reading this like it was the page. So I'm actually going to read it like that. Because I actually feel like you, like once you decided this was what you were doing, you like went in headstrong, right? This is what I'm doing. But now it just feels like, okay, but now what? You know, so now what in your energy? because I still don't think this is like the long-term thing. There's somebody over here in my ear going, but just give it a chance. It could work out. It's like some sort of, they said matronly figure. It's just so fascinating, this reading right now. King of Cups. And the Universe card, which I believe is the World card in this deck. I believe it is. 21. Should be. And the World card, the Universe card, is giving me this idea that, like, it's run its course, right? It feels like it's run its course for you. King of Cups, I feel like you gave it a really honest shot. You know, you let it hold the space and the water in your life. But I mean, honestly, I think you're looking to embody a little bit more here with the King coming out as well. You know, you're wanting to sort of ascend out of this Prince and Princess, the Page and Knight energy, right? You're wanting to find a little bit more stable footing for yourself. So it feels like this has kind of run its course. Look, this King is just sort of like, I could do this, you know, I could continue doing this, but is this it? That's the energy that I'm feeling. I want to get one more or two more. Okay, right. King of Wands on the Strength card. Yeah, so I feel like there's this pull. There's this pull to identify with something that maybe you had to turn off for a little while in order to accept this opportunity, accept this help, accept this assistance, accept this move, accept whatever this change has been. And I don't know how long you've been doing it. It feels like it's been a bit. For some of you, it's only been about 10 months. For some of you, it's been like, I'm hearing 2 to 3 years. Man, time has just flown by, hasn't it? But it's almost like you're better off, but you almost feel like you're right where you started. Does that make sense? If you're resonating with this, this must make sense, because that's what Spirit said to me. I also feel like you're not really being fully utilized and challenged wherever you're at with the Strength card and the King of Wands. Again, this could be a relationship. This could be a connection, okay? This could be a job. I'm going to let you decide what that looks like in your life. If something specifically comes out in the reading, I'm going to absolutely mention it. But just know that, like, whatever's resonating for you was the thing that you thought of. If this is your reading, then that's the thing. Okay. No, they're saying keep going. They're saying keep going. There's something else we need to see here in your energy currently. 5 of Wands. I heard competition at home. Somebody doesn't want you. I don't know that it's chasing better, although I heard your higher, I heard somebody's energy say that, not higher self. I heard somebody say that though, like they don't want me having better, and it's not really that. I don't think they can imagine. I don't think they can imagine the level of risk that you're willing to take right now. Yeah. Yeah. This is the 10 of Pentacles. That you're like, this isn't it. Where you're at, this isn't it. This isn't my 10 of Pentacles. This doesn't get me to the legacy. This doesn't get me to the prosperity, wealth, generational stability, okay? And this is also defying generational limitations with the 10 of Pentacles right now. Because I do feel like some of you are up against it with family, people who are like family, very close to you in that regard. Again, I have this energy right here in my ear. Energy right here, like, but this is really good. Give it a chance. Like, look, like somebody else wants you to see what they see for you, but in your heart, in your mind's eye, here too in your heart, you're like, this isn't it. It served the purpose. 3 of Pentacles. It served the purpose. Okay, this is about it served the purpose it needed to. But you're looking for more. This does feel heavy into somebody's work, family, breaking these God, I just heard a generational curse for some of you. It's almost like you had to go back to your roots. Some of you moved back to your hometown, okay? And you were like, I never thought I would be back here, okay? But it's almost like you had to go back to your roots. I have absolute full body chills right now. You had to go back to your roots to clear this generational trauma. And the clearing is in the accepting of the Ten of Pentacles. Accepting what you know you really deserve, and what you know is actually really possible, and what you know is available to you through you. Somebody's like, oh, well, you just believe in magic. You do, but you believe in yourself, and you know you are the magic, and you have divine providence on your side, just like anybody else who would choose to claim it, right? But you're the cycle breaker. You're the cycle breaker. And you know, you finally know this isn't enough. And you have 5-5 here, interesting, and 10. So 10-10, universe 21, cycles completion. Officially, to bring in this level of completion with the 10 of discs, 10 of pentacles. Gorgeous, gorgeous. God, that's friggin' ass hard work. That's fucking hard work, man. Excuse my French. All right, I'm going to get an oracle deck here. This deck is about life. So I just want to see what comes out. I don't know why Spirit's telling me, just because there's more things in here than just, there's not love, there's not just love, there's everything. So Spirit's saying, like, let's go deeper. Spirit, take us deeper. What's at the bottom? I keep seeing this. I thought it said movement and moving. All right, Spirit, show us about this energy, please. For collective. Specifics on this situation. Divinely guided by your angels. Dis-moi. Okay, so some specific guidance I feel like is already coming out here in terms of your situation, right? Wanting to get clarity. Okay. Wow. So number 1, divinely guided by your angels. Beautiful. I definitely felt that energy here, especially because Spirit was bringing in breaking generational curses, going back to your roots in whatever form that resonates. But going back to your roots, being divinely guided in this place right now. And because you're being divinely guided, they said, stop, don't take action. So it feels like it's time to do something different, and it will be, but they're just saying not at this exact moment. Okay, I'm hearing this. You're going to know when it's time is what they're telling me. You have the card hot. So this could be a place, could be an energy. And you have shocking news. So I just heard, like, you're going to want to stick around for this. You're going to want to be around for this. Okay. Some of you, I'm feeling like you already know what this is immediately. And I don't know why. I just heard you were like, oh my God, no way. That's the energy I got, but take it as it resonates again. Some of you, I don't feel like you know what this is yet, but it is coming in, whatever this energy is. Please say more, Spirit. A breakup. Okay. And divine timing. Again, more with the divine timing. Being divinely guided, divine timing, right? You will know. I just heard that breakup might not be you. Confession. Something about this catalyzing, being the catalyst for your next move. I'm hearing your next move. It's contingent upon whatever this thing coming in is. I'm going to take that. New love. Whoa. Oh my God. God, I almost just felt like the making of a Hallmark movie here. Like those Christmas movies where, like, somebody moves back to their own town and their old love, like, comes forward and confesses after they had a break. I don't know. That's what's giving this energy right now. And I know those are so kitschy and weird, and People are like, why would you leave your New York, you know, high-rise job and go back home for your love? Like, I get it. I totally get it. That's not what I'm saying is happening here. I do feel like your next move is contingent on something very interesting happening to you. Something you're not expecting at all. Shocking news. Again, it could be an offer. It could be a proposal. It could be a breakup. You could be breaking up with somebody. You could be finally leaving somebody that's keeping you stuck in this cycle, right? That you're actually trying to break out of. Divine timing, right? Like finally you knowing like it's time. I'm confessing this. Or you have new love coming in, right? Which could also be the pattern of breaking this cycle. You know, somebody, I also heard sister for somebody. Sister, cousin, friend, take the energy, not the title. Getting broken up with. Somebody's wedding maybe getting called off. And this sort of being the catalyst for the next move for you in whatever way. It does feel like in some department, new love is coming in. Like absolutely new love in terms of a new person or a new love of something, a place, a person, a job, a situation, right, is leading you on to like whatever the next decision is. I want to go in this oracle deck. Actually, no, I want to do this last for your guidance. All right, so let's go to, I have a different tarot deck. I want to get some specifics for you here. Ace of Wands and the Two of Swords. Okay, so yes, again, you're being divinely guided. Right now, I feel like the Two of Swords, you're a little bit at a crossroads, right? I'm ready to go, but is it time? Is it time to change? Is it time to move? Is it time to, you know, am I in the right place, basically, is what they're saying. I don't know, for some of you, I feel like you're going to have a little bit of outflow for something coming in. Nothing dramatic, but maybe I'm just hearing, like, for some of you, very specifically, unforeseen. They're saying, don't worry about it. Like, you're prepared to take care of it. More is coming in, but I just heard that. So this might not be the time. That might be one of the reasons. You have the World again, the World being the universe card. And this one is, I believe, is it meditation? Good. So really, really profound cycles that's ending here. Oh, Page of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, because I think I think you realize this isn't the place where like your harvest is, where things are meant to grow. And so you're taking on the persona of the Page of Wands, right? Stepping out, starting anew, following the spark, you know, following the spark, Page of Wands. And this is different than the last time, okay? I think that, again, they're giving me a nod toward the hot card with the Page of Wands and shocking news. It's almost like that's what they're telling me is follow the spark for you. Like, you'll understand what the spark is here soon if you haven't already, right? Spark in love, spark in news, spark in whatever way it's going to come up in your life. Follow the spark. And it's different this time, they're saying, because it's not coming from scarcity. It's coming from experience. It's coming from understanding like where your harvest is going to actually plant. Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles that you're calling in here. Spirit, please clarify what you can regarding this next move for the collective. Not what you can, what we can. What you're willing to share is what I wanted to say. What you're willing to share, Spirit, for collective, please, on their next move. Oh my God, you have the Fool coming back out. You have the Fool coming back out. So that's in your... No, that was a different reading. This is a new beginning for you. This is a new piece of the adventure happening. But look, this mouse is almost looking, this is giving me like Big Ben a little bit. Like the mouse isn't ready to move until the clock strikes at just the right time, right? Divine timing. Divine timing, okay? So you're ready to go. You're really, really ready to go. But you're waiting on that perfect timing. And it is actually perfect timing, right? Sometimes the Fool card is like, there's no perfect time but right now. And this is actually, there is divine timing involved here. And you'll know when it is. You'll know when it is. You're being given guidance in that. Say more, Spirit. Say more. Oh, I love Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Yes, you're starting from experience. You're not starting from scarcity anymore. You realize that you have everything that you need. And honestly, I think you're looking at needs. They're telling me like a needs assessment, needs analysis for somebody. Like completely different this time around. Completely different this time around, okay? I do want to know more about this Five of Pentacles. I feel like they're showing me Two of Wands. Like this isn't coming, again, it's not being sparked by lack. It's being sparked by planning. Nine of Wands. Yeah, because I actually feel like you're following a direction here. You're not just following, they're just showing me like a baseline, like hierarchical need, okay? And they're showing me like, they're just showing me like dynamite in a way. Like it getting to like almost the end where it blows in a way. So it's like this, it's the time. Like now is the time, you know, Nine of Wands. And I think you're getting a little weary. You are getting weary, but they're saying to hold on, okay? They're saying to hold on, like to Five of Pentacles, don't give up. Wait, this clock is going to chime. Ten of Wands came out cross. Yes. It's almost complete. It is literally almost complete. You are nearly there. The beaver is so steadfast too. The beaver is so steadfast. And you know what? I will give you this. Oftentimes in the energy of the turtle and the beaver, when it feels like there's no movement happening, when you're feeling stuck, because they are land and water animals, it means to change let me just say it this way. When turtles slow down, they're typically on land. When they're moving more freely, they're typically in water. So if you feel yourself slowing down to a halt, right, you're not able to keep going, you're feeling like you're going back into this lack mindset, Five of Pentacles, right, like you're losing focus and not waiting on this clock, they're saying move into flow, move into the energy of water instead of the energy of earth, okay? That's significant for somebody here. The Tower card, okay. Okay, right. Man. I don't know. They just said don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. It just feels like the time is now with the Tower card. And I don't really know that you're going to be finishing the project that you, like the beaver's showing me, like finishing the project, like putting things away so nice and neat. I don't think so. This shocking news, the beaver is right on top of shocking news. It's just showing me, like when the spark reaches the end of the rope of the dynamite, right? It's go time, baby. It's go time is what they're saying. So I want to know how you need to prepare yourself. Seven of Wands. Yeah, that's also the energy of get ready. People might stand in your way. There might be resistance to you making this change, making this move. Yeah, Five of Wands. Again, the Five of Wands coming back out. There is going to be conflict and resistance with you changing this. There's going to be people wanting you to stay There are going to be people in your ear. This is a major tower moment too, in bringing down this generational trauma and closing this generational cycle that you are meant to close. You are meant to close. It's always your choice, okay? It's always your choice. But I do feel like you're divinely called here. How is feeling movement to be supported in this next step here? Those all came over and I don't like it. So I'm just going to keep going. Too many. Four of Pentacles. It's interesting. I just heard no sudden movements. I heard keep what you can and leave the rest. Keep what you can and leave the rest, okay? You know your real harvest is 10 of Pentacles here, so it's okay. Four of Wands. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands coming back out. And we saw both of those earlier on the shuffles. Oh, God, I just heard don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. Like, take what you need, leave the rest, but don't get too comfortable, right? Be ready to take the aligned action. Stay curious, stay excited, stay in alignment for your next move here. What is this Queen of Wands about? That's what I want to know. What is this Queen of Wands about? I almost feel like it's an energy of someone trying to distract you. Queen of Swords. Exactly. This is the energy. Look at this. This face. I mean, I love the Queen of Wands, okay? If you're a fire sign, we're Queen of Wands, okay? But they can be easily flattered and manipulated and told they're more grand than maybe what they really are. And this is the energy you're meant to be in, Queen of Swords. Knowing your truth, knowing your, like, whatever you feel on the inside is what's being reflected on the outside. But this is the embodiment that they're asking you to take, because people are going to try to sway you in whatever way, right? They're going to try to sway you. I'm hearing like they're going to overly compliment you, some of you. And the Queen of Swords are like, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. What? I'm like a bird, I only fly away, baby. You can't keep me here with your words. No. It's interesting because for some of you, I literally feel like you're physically leaving something. For others of you, it's a very much an energy. And it's fascinating, honestly. Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. I'm hearing somebody's going to up the ante. I really feel like there's going to be resistance with you moving on here, and whatever energy this is meant to resonate with you. Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Someone's going to try to up the ante here. Yeah. They really feel, and it feels like they're going to lose something by you moving on, by you leaving, by you changing the situation, you changing the dynamic, like whatever. You remember you are being divinely guided and led, and you're not coming into this from a place of scarcity any longer. And also, I just want to tell you, like Spirit's dropping this in, like, there's a place if you can feel guilty, but I'm just encouraging you, and Spirit's saying, like, please try not to feel guilty. You didn't come in and use this situation. You didn't use this opportunity against anybody or in ill intent, right? It offered you something that you needed. Something that you needed ultimately to stabilize yourself. And you choosing to now move on, walk away, accept something different or better isn't discrediting what this provided for you in this time. And again, there's a higher purpose in all of this as well that you're meant to remember, because a lot of the people around you are only going to be focusing on these things. What can we celebrate? What can we cheers to? What can we physically hold in our hands with the pentacles, right? If it doesn't satisfy one of those things, they don't understand it. And it's not their fault. That's just what they know. That is how life takes form for them, okay? But it's different for you. And that's why this Queen of Swords embodiment is going to be very powerful, because it's not a cold energy. Like the Queen of Swords, yes, can be cold, but it's not meant to be a cold energy with the Queen of Wands. It's meant to be an energy of like emotionally intelligent energy, having an emotional quotient here that you're able to exercise empathy, saying, that's not my road, but I understand, or at least I respect how that could be your road, even though it's not mine. So there doesn't feel like there's contention on your part. I do feel there's resistance in your choice, right? There's a lack of understanding from whomever is sitting across the proverbial table from you in all of this. And it's not needed for you to convince anybody. Spirit's like, just, yeah, judgment. Just save the convincing, okay? Just save the convincing. You do not need to worry about convincing somebody of your point of view. You will be there forever. You will literally be there forever, okay? Any final messages, please, Spirit of guidance for feeling more? This is interesting. 4 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. And you also have the 4 of Pentacles. 4, 4, 4. Again, I'm hearing don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. Where do they want you looking? Where do they want you looking at? Because that's probably something else is going on that you need to be paying attention to. Take what you can and leave the rest. Don't get too comfortable. The time is upon you. The time is really upon you. This is very mysterious for a lot of you. This feels very, very mysterious. It almost feels like you're stealing away in the night. And you might be. And I just like say that with so much love, with so much empathy, with so much like holding space and protection around you. Like however it is. For some of you, this conversation, it's not going to be a conversation. It's going to be merely energy. For some of you, this will be a dialogue or an encounter, or, you know, you'll communicate about it in some way. For others of you, I really believe, and Spirit's telling me this very clearly, there's no conversation at all. It's just a knowing within yourself, okay? The resistance that you're feeling is energetic, right? Because as you shift, other people can feel you shifting too. I want to get a guidance card, although I just moved this. I moved the deck over. I went like this, and this card was just laying here. Justice. Divinely protected. This is giving me you are being divinely protected. Divine justice is being served. Karmic justice is being served through this generational healing, okay? And I do hear that the scales are being balanced, okay? Now, whomever it is that you're worried about leaving behind, if you're actually leaving somebody or even energetically, they're just saying like they're also given choices to balance this and other things, okay? And that's also why they saw the Judgment card come through. Because I do feel like there's going to be a deep level of forgiveness that's needed because of what you couldn't change for somebody else. Take that as it resonates. Whoa, I'm getting so sleepy. Are you all just like wanting to go take a nap? That 4 of Swords. You can rest and you should rest, they're saying, but don't get too comfortable. And I do feel like someone's going to try to make you very, very comfortable here. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm going to say it just because Spirit brought it in with these cups here in the Four of Cups. I don't know why they just said pour your own drink. Pour your own drinks. For whomever that's for. At the bottom of the deck, to the sea. It's almost time to go. Regeneration. Yeah. And mending. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And mending. And you also have community underneath that. Okay, so whatever you're leaving behind, you're getting community. You are actually getting community. You are coming into knowing, you're coming into witnessing, you are being regenerated, and you will mend. And this is part of the mending process, right? They're showing me something back with getting 2 5 of Pentacles here, because it's not like it's almost like you are losing twice. Oh my God. It's almost like you are losing twice. But not in the way that you think. They just said sometimes you have to take a small L in order to get a big W. Okay? I don't feel like you're losing these relationships. I want to be very clear about that. For some of you that you need to like sever this relationship, opportunity, whatever, if it's harmful, yes, absolutely. For others of you, like, I don't feel like you're losing these relationships. I do think there's going to be time of recalibration, but what you're actually losing is this idea of everything that you thought that you needed in order to, like, I don't know, sort of, they're just showing me like live the midline of life, you know? And I believe it's taken a lot based on what your cards are showing me to accept and affirm and receive and allow more than just the midline of what's available from life. And I think that's very, very contrasted to the way that you're seeing other people live around you. Specifically, if this has to do with family, old community, old hometowns, things like that. I feel like it's in direct contrast. So there probably is a lot of self-doubt coming in. And oftentimes, in order to hear our own voice the strongest, we do have to move away from that and allow ourselves to regenerate and mend in a community with a found family, in a situation that's more befitting of what we're calling in, right? So this served its purpose for you. It needed to be what it was. And ultimately, what they probably don't see is a lot of healing that's going to happen because you're actually choosing what felt impossible for so many generations. Do you know what I mean? You're not throwing it in anybody's face. You're not saying, oh, look how successful I am. Look how much money I have. Look how amazing I am. Queen of Wands or something like that. And like the distorted version of the Queen of Wands. No. You are mending this for future generations and even past generations, even if they can't accept it, but definitely for future generations, because you are holding yourself and you are holding the family line to a different standard than they've ever been able to accept. And all it takes is one person. All it takes is one person to do it. And it changes everything. And you're not responsible for making the choices of these people or the situation to see it. All you have to do is follow your calling. Because if you're still stuck back here trying to get everybody to line up, you're only playing a game of tug of war with the past, present, past and the present. The future and the past. You're never actually moving in the present to change anything. Okay. Well, soak this in. Be ready. Don't get too comfortable. And you are literally regenerating the outcome of this bloodline and mending this bloodline by you choosing better, you doing better, you accepting better and allowing better for yourself. it's coming into play. It's really, really coming into play. So wait for the sparks, divine timing. Beware of the shocking news. And that new love coming in, which I feel like is just the love of life, the love of yourself, the love of possibility, the love that you are made for more, and you have the capacity to accept more. And whatever you feel like you don't have capacity for now, Five of Pentacles, it's growing, it's augmenting, right? So it's a reminder that your capacity is growing. Okay? Even if some things feel like they're frosty and frozen over. The sun rises and it thaws, right? In that card, you saw it, right? I'm going to pull it out. Even if you feel like you don't have capacity, the sun is rising. It's thawing. Capacity. And that's available to you. All right. I hope this serves. I hope it supports. And I love you so much. And thanks. If you're still here, thank you. Much love. See you in the next one.